Welcome back to Sub-Zero Hero. What a game we've got today. One of the biggest grudge matches in world football. That's right, we've waited more than a decade for it. But we've finally got a competitive fixture against our city rivals Tromsø. Forget everything you've heard about other big games in football. You can keep your Red Stars versus Partizan, your Super Classicos between River and Boca, pale into insignificance compared to this. Even an old firm clash doesn't have the kind of rivalry that this David against Goliath encounter has. We are going to be the away team today, so we are going to be going to the Alfheim Stadium where their ultras are going to be backing the home team. They're going to have more than 8,000 fans cheering them on. We're currently driving coaches around the city, seeing if we can get up to 100 that we are going to take into the Lions' Den. This could be a huge game for us this season. Okay, it's Derby Day in Tromsø. It's us against our city neighbours, as you will see. Well, it's a clash of two teams that are doing pretty well in the league. Tromsø were only promoted this season, but currently find themselves in 5th place, tied on points with some plucky young upstarts called Tromsdalen, who are finding themselves in nosebleed territory up there in 4th place. I think our 4th place is a little bit soft. We've played 4 games since our last episode. We've been doing okay, although results are maybe a little bit better than the performances. And if we look up the table, you'll see we're 3 points behind the 2 teams directly above us, and they've both got a game in hand. So we're a mile off the top 3. And if we look down the table, well, a defeat today and other teams winning, well, that could see us drop as low as 7th in the table. And we're slipping back down into mid-table obscurity. But let's not knock the boys. They've done okay. 4 games since our last episode. Remember, in that last episode, we played Rosenborg in the Cup. We went with a new attacking 4-4-2 formation, trying to be more creative, trying to be a little bit more gung-ho, take the game to the opposition, press them a lot harder. The match stats, well, they perhaps tell the story of Rosenborg really should have beaten us by a little bit more, but normally we're conceding 5 or 6 goals to them. So a 2-1 defeat, remember both of their goals came from set pieces, one a penalty, another a set play, still our Achilles heel mind you, indicate that maybe we were on the right kind of thinking, being a little bit more attacking, and maybe so it proved in our next few games. We've been playing some of the good teams. Sarpsborg got a late goal in this game to make it look a little bit more even than it actually was. We played well in this game, and we also were pretty clinical with our chances. Young Mr. Hartvigsen is on a little bit of a run at the moment where he's tucking away his goals, and we were good value for the win in this game. Couple of the goals coming on some pretty clinical counter-attacks where we just got the ball and used our pace, our trickery, and a rare bit of good, calm finishing to put our opponents to the sword. So we're doing pretty well in this game, by the way. We even scored a goal from a set piece ourselves. Not very regularly do we do that. So that was a really nice little victory against Sarpsborg. In the next game, well, we lost the game 1-0 to Brann. And again, these match stats don't really tell the story. We should have been in the lead at half-time. We played well in that first half, but then, well, they scored a goal of all our own making, really. They probably should have scored the original chance. It was a little bit of a gilt-edged opportunity that they hit the post with, but then we did the rest of the work for them. I think it was Trondagner Bratton that tried to get the ball clear. He smashes it into the backside of our own goalkeeper. And after that, we went chasing the game, trying to find an equaliser. Left ourselves even more exposed at the back. And they missed a couple of other good opportunities, which pumped up their XG a little bit. But make no mistake, we were decent in that game, and we really should have been in the lead. In the next game, well, it was absolutely raining goals. Again, set pieces were our nemesis. We gave away not 1 but 2 penalties in this game, shoving players over in the box again. We're not playing get stuck in. Whether it's high aggression, poor concentration, tired legs because of a lack of rotation, I'm not sure. But we managed to nick a very, very late draw in this game. I'd given up hope of getting anything out of this result. Vålerenga at the time of playing them were top of the league, but they left them exposed at the back. And we were able to take advantage with a nice little dink. Christoffersen came in, got 2 goals in this game, and we looked pretty good. We got off to the dream start, by the way. Hugo, who's been doing all right since he's come back from this hernia injury, managed to get on one and blasted home 1 goal of his own. So the 3-3 draw with Vålerenga shows that we are getting a little bit better against these top teams. So Brann, Vålerenga, Rosenborg, Bodø/Glimt, that's the top 4 we played at the time that we played them. And well, the game against Bodø/Glimt was probably the best one yet. We went a goal down in this game. We had to come back and do some hard work. But hard work we did. Hugo got us a couple of goals. Jonas Hartvigsen got us another one as well. And it was a pretty good performance. We were creating pretty decent chances. I mean, Emper tapping home inside the 6-yard box. We used our good mentals, I think, to really mount this comeback in the second half. Emper again, edge of the 6-yard box, getting us a goal. And then very late on, when we were clinging on really for our victory, Hartvigsen runs clear as they're trying to attack us. And cool finishing by Jonas' brother yet again. So 4 games since we last saw you playing some pretty good teams. We've been doing all right. But today it's derby day. Tromsø have got some pretty dangerous players. Let's show you the tactic. Let's show you the lineup before we get out and play them. So those evil villains over at Tromsø keep stealing our youth intake players. They've taken 4 in total now, another 2 this season, although one of them is reportedly only got 2-star potential. So we're not so concerned about losing him, but some of the players that they have coming through their own youth intakes are players that really should be coming through at ours. Look at this for a winger, Martin Moen. So quick, such good dribbling, passing technique. He would be a great option for us over on the right wing. I wouldn't mind this chap over on the left wing, Lars Gunnar Usali Hansen. Another really quick, dynamic winger. But they've also got players that they've signed to the club as well, such as Oscar Agger. Now, if you get around the Twitch stream and you watch Pokes FM, who's got his own Norwegian save going on, if you've never checked it out, you probably should. It is one of the best Twitch streams I've found so far. We'll put a link down to Poke's Twitch channel in the video description below. He has this guy playing up front for him, Oscar Agger, a bit of a lethal finisher. You'll see how good he is from the penalty spot, and we give penalties away like they are going out of fashion. So we're a little bit nervous about this chap today. He's not the biggest, you'll see, 5'11", which is why I think we can bring Bratton out of central defence and not be too vulnerable in the air. Those might be words that I will come to regret come full time. So this is who we're up against today. They are a very strong team. Let's get out there and see how the derby goes. Okay, we are the away team for this derby game, so we've come to Tromsø's Alfheim Stadium. And this is going to be a tough little proposition for our boys. They are a team that are in very good form and have got some very good players. As you can see inside 30 seconds as that winger that we highlighted drifts inside and strikes the ball against the post. This is a worrying little start by the hosts. We've managed to tip that one over the bar, but my goodness, they have started strongly. I'm already thinking that maybe just for the start of this game we'll come off attacking down onto balanced, just to see whether, as we look to give away another penalty, we've actually seen it out, as we look to see whether we can just grow our way into this game maybe before we go more attacking later on. They are coming at us again. We've headed it clear, but we can't get the ball away, can we? We're playing a higher defensive line, but we're almost camped out on the edge of our own box, and they've struck one. This is a very, very worrying start. Derby games are often like this, but you'd hope that we could at least get a touch of the ball, but they are coming at us again. And they are through. They're through our midfield, and they're through our back line. I think he's got to be offside, hasn't he? Apparently not, according to the referee. And we've had to hack another one clear. Look at that, inside the opening 10 minutes, 5 shots, and they're coming at us again. My goodness, this is an alarming start, and Ingebrigtsen's in, and we've relied on Pedersen once more. We're actually going to throw out a shout early that we demand an awful lot more from them, because they are absolutely running riot. If we could get hold of the ball and counter on them, we've got the pace to maybe create a chance of our own, but this is a very brisk little start. Now we're getting the counter going. Hartvigsen can't get away from his man, and I think you're looking at the XG thinking we should probably be a goal down early in this game. Finally, we've got the ball now, and it's Dusan Dibson giving it to Heron. There's Bratton. Not the most convincing left back you'll ever see, but he's doing a job for us now. Moen's got the ball, and he's quick, and he has made us pay. And I don't think you can say that they've not deserved it. They have absolutely... well, they have come at us like a horse out of the gate at the start of this game, and Heidecker's slow to get across. Instead, he's double marking the same player with his centre-back partner, and they have made us pay. We've still not had a chance. It's direct free kick time. Pedersen holds one, which is pretty rare for him, and we are really struggling at the moment, aren't we? We're going to go for the full berate shout. And I don't know whether we already need to make some changes. We're going to go back to attacking. We probably should be trying to figure out a way of stunting the pressure that we are under, but instead we're going to try and go more offensive instead. And we're going to ask our players to step forward. That's what we've been doing so far in these games. We've been on the front foot. Not in this game. We've not even mustered a shot so far. Bratton should be able to win that as a 6'4" left back. What can we do? Are we going to pump it forward and give the ball away, or have we got something a little bit more inventive up our sleeves? Kristoffersen. Can he create for us? He's quick. He's given it to Hartvigsen. Bratton stepped into midfield. I've changed him as a right footer to an inverted wing back, but we get into their box and do absolutely nothing with it. And now we're in trouble, because here's Moen, and he's quick and he's tricky and he can dribble, and our defenders are rubbish. And he makes them look like children playing a man's game. Don't think we've got any more berate shouts left in us. This is a really poor performance, in stark contrast to how well they've been playing in the other games. But they've been conceding in every one, I guess. So we knew we weren't going to keep a clean sheet today. It was whether we could outscore them. But Hartvigsen is just giving them the ball back there. And at right back, Nessa is all over the place. All over the place. And we are struggling. I've not seen Hugo Emper touch the ball so far, I don't think. And their movement and their trickery and their dribbling is just way too much for us to deal with. And I already think we're going to have to try something back there, because Nessa is just in all kinds of trouble. Let's go with Heidecker, who can't play over at right back, but has got tackling of 17. Let's see whether he can try and at least tackle those guys as they are attacking down that side. Now we've got Kristoffersen. We've got our first sight of goal, but they are putting in the kind of tackles that we really should be putting in, and they have won the ball back from us again. In fact, I don't even think they've won it back. We've just gifted it to them. And that's what we put Heidecker back there for, I suppose. Tackling of 17. Now they've got the corners. We're vulnerable from these. They've swung it in. Can we break on them? Hartvigsen's got the ball. He's got Schönerson up with him, who is pretty quick. He's gone alone, though. He's gone alone and he's in. And Schernerson, I say he's quick, but he dallied trying to get onto that rebound. And Doosan Dibson takes one for the team with a tactical foul. All right, we looked a little bit more threatening on that counter-attack. But Emper, 6'7", as brittle as you can imagine. It's like playing a newborn kitten as your target man at times, honestly. But we're countering again. What have we got? Adoy Hansen, Doosan Dibson, Emper. We've got the overlap coming. Here's Heidecker. He's not a right back. He's managed to get the ball over though, and Christopherson's had a chance. We're growing into the game, I guess you would say. But again, I feel like any time Tromsø come forward, we could well be in trouble. What have we got? This has been a highlight-packed half. They put in the kind of tackles that we often don't make. We are very, very reluctant to make challenges. And we are getting counted on again. Here's Ingebrigtsen. He's coming forward. Don't foul him. Haram's got the ball back momentarily. It's all a little bit last ditch back there, isn't it? And we need to try and just get into half time and get a team talk going, I think, because I feel we could be going in 2-0 down. Anything less than that. And I think we've had a decent result because we have not been good in this first half. Look at the rating of Pedersen in goal. He has kept us in it a little bit. We've had 4 shots of our own now. But I don't think you can say that we are anywhere near good value for only being 1-0 down. It perhaps should have been 2. It perhaps should have been 3. I think it's time to have a very stern word with our young team. Right, we're up to the hour mark now, and I'm feeling like we might need to make our last change. Okay, we've made a little bit of a change just to refresh and bring on Chris Knutson over on the left-hand side. Hartvigson's still up front. Christopherson's gone as a very attacking wing-back. And we're going to demand more of the team. It's another set piece that we've got to try and get clear. And we've done it, and now we need to try and break. Here's Emper. Look at the pace on him. He's off. Look at him, you can't stop him. In fact, he's got the ball to Gerser, who's in. And he could have squared the ball to Hartvigsen. Instead, he took on the shot. And it was a tame effort, really, wasn't it? I think 15 minutes to go, we might need to go very attacking now to try and force our way back into the game. We've definitely recovered after a blistering start by our opponents. But we're not doing anything, are we? And I don't think there's an awful lot more I can do. We're already playing a 4-2-4. Maybe we could move the wingers up a touch. The wing backs up a touch. Maybe we could go with Doosan Dibson as an advanced playmaker. Maybe we could even push them even further up. I don't think there's an awful lot more we can do. We'll go a little bit more direct. We'll pass into space and we'll see whether we can grab a goal late on. 5 minutes to go. A set piece of our own. You've got a 6'7" target man there. He can't win the ball, unfortunately, but we got it back out again. Hartvigsen's in, and Hartvigsen does at 5'9" what Hugo couldn't do at 6'7". Hugo's beaten in the air. Christopherson half volleys it out to Doosan Dibson. He half volleys it into the box. And that is a nice little header. However, I'm not sure we want to stay on this very attacking mentality. So I think we might just drop back to a 4-4-2. Okay, we're still playing on the front foot, but we're not going quite as gung-ho as we were when we were on the very attacking mentality. But seeing as we are now in the ascendancy, we may as well keep on pressing them. Hartvigsen has swapped with Knutson, so Hartvigsen's come out to the left. Unfortunately, though, he was unable to get the ball in, and now Moen, who was a thorn in our side during the early part of the game, has come forward again, and he's got the ball to Agger, and it's Moen again. He's got the ball in again, and Oscar Agger do pokes FM's favourite player. Well, probably should have scored the winner for them. We're now deep into stoppage time. There's one more chance to defend. It's another defensive set play. They've got the ball through. Oh, they were putting their bodies on the line there. And we have escaped with a 1-1 draw. We could have been 3-0 down after 20 minutes, I think. We've got away with one there. Jonas Hartvigsson getting the late equaliser. I don't think we're going to say you were unlucky. I think we're actually going to tell them that we're not that happy with their performance, but that's another team towards the top of the table that we've not lost to. We've played more games than lots of the teams above us or below us in the table, but we're 4th in the league with 24 points. It's not a bad little return. What we're going to do now is we're going to go and play some more games offline. When we come back, we're going to see whether we can maintain our push for a top 6 finish in Sub-Zero Hero.